You like living in your home?
I find out difficult from time to time just because I'm used to living in a house and this is a flat. I enjoy definitely the independence, it's very quiet, it's very nice. There's some days when as a new build is a bit of struggle, so especially when it's really hot as well. It could be something you really need to get used to.
Okay. How long have you lived here?
Since 30th of March 2025.
Okay. And did you live in the area before?
Yes, so I was from just stationed before that one here.
Okay.
How details guys you want me to tell?
Okay. And can you please talk me through a typical day, what that looks like for you?
Typical day, I am away for 10 hours just because I'm working quite far. At the morning I wake up like an hour or maybe hour and a half before my shift, then I will go to my bathroom routine, then prep a coffee. Coffee is very important. After that I will have some quick breakfast sitting in the table, watching the news, checking my phone, packing everything, going to work, coming back. When I come back, I really like to have very quick meals of 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. When it's cooking longer than that, it's probably not for me. I'm not ordering takeaway, I just like to cook very quickly. And then later I will have a seat, watch a little bit of TV, then go to do like a little stuff, so probably tidying up. I like to hoover every day, like a little hoover there and there, spot hoover, because I see hair everywhere. It's really irritating me. And then I will then go maybe on the balcony. I always try to water my flowers, so the one outside I will do it every day, the one inside only just once in a while. Then I will come back, have a seat on the sofa. Usually TV is on, but I'm just scrolling my phone, talking to my friends. Then after that, I will prep some food for another day, go to the bathroom, take a shower or a bath, depends if it's cold or it's hot. Then I will just decide it then, and go to the bed. And in bed, I watch TV again, maybe 2 hours until I fall asleep. That's how the day looks like. On the day off, it's a little bit different. I will do some maybe exercises in the meantime, and I will definitely cook like a bigger meal. So it will take maybe 40 minutes. Maybe my friends will come over.
Do you exercise in your home?
Yeah, so I've been a bit naughty last week and I didn't put so much into exercising, but I will do it in the carpet area in front of my TV. I usually just move around the table slightly, and it will be just not so much a jumping one, but like a stretches, like a kind of yoga, something would not make too much of the effort because it's too hot here. So if you start to exercise too much, you will be hot. And yeah, I can't do it. It's always 27 degrees here, so it's really hot.
And you mentioned that some days you work from home. Whereabouts in your home do you work from?
I find out that the spot in the table over there will be the best one. I try to do it from the sofa, but the lighting was really not cooperating with my laptop, and I don't think it's very professional to work from bed as well. So I find out that the table is actually the best for me over there.
Is that also where you eat your meals?
Yes, I sometimes switch the chairs.
Okay.
So depends. If I wanna really watch TV, then I'll sit on the right side. If I just wanna eat the food, then I'm just closer to fridge.
Okay. And do you feel like your routine has changed a lot since you moved? For example, you mentioned that you lived before in a house. Has your routine changed a lot since living in a flat?
Yes, it changed a lot. I find out that in my previous accommodation was a studio flat, I will spend a lot of time in my bedroom because it was literally the same accommodation. When now I only really in the bedroom when I need to do just a makeup or take the clothes or sleep. So I will be definitely be more in like sofa or balcony. I didn't have a balcony, so I was way much more outdoor when I was in the house because I didn't like to be in the house so much because there was people there. But here there's not much people, so I'm spending more time here. As well, shopping routine change. I used to have to find somebody who will give me lift to buy something. I have now eating way more because the shop is just down there. So if I need something, I go and I buy it. And obviously as well, I used to have a little bit storage area when I can storage stuff and they were a bit cooler. When here, when I store like a potato, anything like that, then maybe a couple of days it need to be it because it's too hot. So I don't have like a dark area when I have in the previous house.
Okay.
So that's definitely change. And I used a lot of bathroom previously because it was all bills included, and now I'm like very fast with everything because I have to pay for it first time, what is obviously new, and I find out myself, even I like light, I do not use it that much appliances when I move to my own flat. Yeah.
Do you feel like the bills in this place are very expensive?
Hard to say, to be honest to you, because the people from the bill company, lots of stuff was estimated. So I wasn't here that much as well. There was some months when I was here for 3 weeks and I wasn't here for 1 week. So this month gonna be really like showing what is this bills looks like for me when I'm full week here. I don't think it's so much expensive compared to when I talk to other people, but I think there's some charges when we actually do not get service and we still pay for it, what is a little bit unfair for me. Especially I'm living here on my own. I don't really use it that much of certain stuff, and I'm still paying for it, which is obviously not ideal. But with the service charge, it is a bit of expensive. Other bills, internet is quite cheap. I think it's cheaper than the previous place for me, and it's faster. And it's just for me when previously there was for many people, so I think that's good. Electricity is okay. Do you want to know numbers?
Just if you think it's affordable.
I think it's affordable with the deal of mortgage I have now. If this will change, then I probably will have to look for different opportunity. Maybe I don't have any discounts obviously because I'm not having priority or disabled, and when I start it was no any special promotion, so I think it's not so bad. However, I do not actually use too much. Most of the stuff I'm charging at work, included phones, so if I would be here all day I probably will have to pay way more.
When you moved in March and there was some kind of colder days, did you ever have to turn on the heating?
No. There was one day when it was 0 degrees and the temperature here was 19 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Wow. Okay. What are some of the things that you're looking for in a home?
I definitely need to have an abstracted view what I actually have over here, because I cannot feel that I'm watched. So even in previous house, I was having view to the back garden when there was no other people. I think I need to have my privacy, and quietness is for me very important, because when I lived previously, people start to sometimes get drunk, also lots of disturbance. I need to be up early in the morning. Just wasn't good really for me. The thing as well I'm looking is making sure that it's the place I can come back to relax, inviting my friends, and stuff are just like fully in place. So in the previous house we started having mold, stuff falling back. It was just not a nice place to be and breathe. So I think as well it's very important for me that is quite close to nature, or something like a walk, not in the middle of like busy street, even though we are middle street. We have this river over here, so obviously it's good. And I think as well for the future, I look for very good location. So if the situation will change in my life, I still can go to different locations, to workplaces, there's a school around the corner. So I think that was very important as well. I never live far away from the station. So that was one of the biggest factors as well. And outdoor space, this place has a nice balcony, so that was as well very important for me.
And how did you decide on this flat?
Funny enough, it was the COVID times when I work from home. In my company, I have to work out in the morning, then I was having a lot of calls with my staff members, and we have about 2 hours break in the middle of the day. So I walk every day about 23,000 of steps, and I walk around this area. Came from like a different station, walk all the way here, I came back and I saw this building, and I saw the Lidl underneath. And to be honest to you, I always wanted to live in this house, thinking, oh, it would be nice to just go downstairs. I have a shops, And then obviously this particular one was really something I really like it, and plus I thought like I'm never gonna be able to afford that. I would like to live all the way there on the top. So when my friend bought a house somewhere in completely other side of London, and it was a similar job than my one, I thought, you know, it's possible to actually, you know, own the house. Before I was just saving, and I thought it's probably never going to be a new build just because of the amount of money it's cost. But then I came here, I called my friends, and the same day I came here, I really like it. It was downstairs. I went to the showroom downstairs, and I think 3 days after I make an offer. Yeah, so that's, I didn't go anywhere. I just kind of know that I wanted to live in this building because I walk here every single day and I know where you can go through the canal. So yeah, it was always the location. Plus, I knew the area. I live in Northwest London 13 years now. So yeah, it was always gonna be that side. I do not feel safe. Even though I work in different places, I don't really know the area there. And I think compared to the area I work, it's about 100,000 cheaper. So I think was barely affordable, still expensive, but still more affordable, even compared to Wembley, when Wembley houses are really, really expensive. And I would say people see everything you do there. So you're on the balcony, everybody knows what you're doing, you know your business. So I think this one was literally with the view, and it's not obstructed, and with the river and the shop downstairs. Even that people say, why are you buying a house? Because the shop downstairs. For me it was important because I do not own the car. So I have to walk everywhere. So even to go shopping for me before, it was a big problem. If I go to buy bigger stuff, I was having just little Tesco, buying this Tesco is really nothing. There's Asda around the corner as well. So that's really make my life easier. Plus this building is no smoking and I do not smoke. So that was a big factor as well, because the most thing you can do is like laying down your bed and you're just feeling all these people like smoking on the balcony. And that was nice that I knew there will be decent people living here.
And is there something you wish you would have known about your home before moving here?
Oh, at the very beginning, yes, I wish I saw the flat, because I bought the flat from the specs, so I never been in my flat. I would probably try to push myself to get a different location, which will be a 2-bed on the other side, just because I find out myself living in a different site, you know. So me waking up to the sun at the morning, it was fine, but I still cannot get used to it. So I would prefer to have a sun all day long, which obviously was the other location over there. And there was obviously there's some stuff that was a little bit awkward for me when I move in, when it comes to like you know, shapes of the rooms. I just did not have an opportunity to feel it, to see it. On the actual plan, you look everything fine, but when you move in, I did not know how to put certain furnitures, and that was quite awkward for me. Another thing, now it's a little bit better, but previously when I moved here there was quite a lot of problems. So I think if I knew at the very beginning how much stress that would take me, there was some time that I just regretted that I even went through that, because it was not like, it was ongoing stuff, and I still have some stuff I need to fix in the house, and obviously the 1-year warranty is gonna run out soon, and some of the people who was actually building this stuff went bust. So now I don't know when it's gonna be fixed, and when the all furniture are already here, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, because the whole flooring need to change me already the one of the tile in bathroom, because it completely came out, and another one at chop still in the bathroom. So like to make that all happen, you will disturb a lot of stuff, but you know, if you not take a risk, then you don't get anything. I was having the luxury to get actually the flat I wanted. It wasn't like leftovers. I was one of the first people here.
And how long do you think you will live here?
Well, how long I will be in the UK? So my mortgage is 32 years. I hope to pay way sooner. Yeah, I'm planning to live here, and obviously in the future, if I have to support my parents, or they're gonna get older or anything like that, things may change, but I don't know. So far, I think when I experienced how much hassle was to move here, I'm not planning in next 3 years jump to another property. It's just too much hassle, and I don't think it make much of the difference. I don't think I will go to new build ever again, just because I don't think you know what you're signing yourself to. The first year is very stressful for the building managers as well as a tenant. So yeah, I was expecting that with the price you're gonna have certain level of service, and it was a lot of stress, lots of stress.
Okay. So if you were to select a home in the future, what criteria would you use?
Definitely will be something what will make me feel homely. I struggle here. I still did not find my way. I feel like I'm coming to hotel still. I have this feeling like I can't totally relax. So definitely something with the air conditioning these days, because going with the climate change, I find out that I'm struggle with the temperature here. Even though I like when it's warm, at night, the last couple of nights, it was really difficult for me, especially that it's very much isolated. Even when you're using the ventilation, you still feel that it's stuffing, it's not much of there. I think I will look for 2-bedroom, because I like to have like a different area when you like can work from. When here, I just don't feel I have it one. And I probably feel better with house than a flat, but again, maybe something I just need to get used to again, because you know, from back home, back then I live in a big house, so yes, there's a lot of room here. I was probably didn't consider that the fact that it's not a parking space, it will be a problem, but it's a problem for people to meeting me. So a lot of friends not see me because I have nowhere to park. They can park downstairs for 1.5 hours, but that's only when they're lucky. And so from one side it's good, because you don't have people for too long, you go home. But from the other side, obviously, if someone wants to stay a little bit longer, it's unfortunate, because the only option is to go to Asda, pay £8 and stay 24 hours, but there's literally no local parking at all. And I know it makes sense because we're doing a greenhouse and we shouldn't have option, but I think there should be like communal parking somewhere. Because like if someone want to actually come here, or in the future I would like to have a car, there's nowhere to me to storage. Even maybe I'm gonna have to change work one day and it's gonna be a car coming with the work. I will have nowhere to park at the moment.
And what is something that you like about your home?
I really like the fact that I have a storage area. I can just storage my shoes and jackets, close the door, and the washing machine is in the house, don't need to go anywhere, because in my previous property everything was like I have to go to communal area and sit there, and that wasn't really like a nice thing. I like the privacy. So you go on the balcony, you can go like with the bikini, nobody literally see you, bother you, or anything like that. I like the view, that is a river view, that is very close to river view, and that is very close to 2 tube lines, really truly 3, because one is the Piccadilly line, another one is Central line, about 12 minutes when you're walking quite fast, and you can take the train as well to Wembley Central, and that will be overground. So I think location wise that's very good. I like as well the fact that I have a lot of floor space, so if there is any night when you have some friends over, unfortunately I only have 2 of those, you can really like do some moves and dancing, what is obviously very cool as well to entertain people. And I could fit in my bedroom my 160 centimeter queen's bed as well, what was very important when I was actually looking for the houses to rent before. There was a lot of I have to just say no, because I'm going to take my bed with me, so that was like no deal breaker.
Did you already have quite a bit of furniture before moving?
The only stuff I took, it was the bed. The rest one I bought it, and I bought quite cheap, because when I moved here I wanted to buy a very expensive sofa. Unfortunately the lift is very short, so every sofa I wanted to buy in UK was 3 months waiting time, and it was so long, it wasn't disposable, that I was not able to fit inside the lift. So the couple just next door, they have to move with the sofa through the staircase, 14 floors, what obviously, that was very bad idea. So at that time I bought something what it was not so expensive. So in 2 years time I can just buy something else. So for example, the sofa I bought it was just IKEA sofa, just to have the possibility to accommodate my family. So when they comes in, so I need a sofa bed. Everything else, I have this idea in my head that my friend's gonna come over, we're gonna drink coffee together, so I wanna have like a bar table. I ordered all the stuff online. When I arrived, I did not measure very well, so I just saw how big it was, so I was a little bit shocked. I'm thinking, oh my god, where I'm gonna put this? But yeah, later everything like fall into place. I did not have much of the glass before. So I find out cleaning all these glasses is a little bit irritating, so probably in the future I would like to change that for something else. But going and see the script, when you get the house, is two different things, because the placing, for example, the table there, the sofa there, but when in the reality you can't put the sofa where they put in the script because the wall is too short, You can't put the table because it just looks funny, So I have to like measure everything, so I need it quick. So most of the stuff I bought it over here. There's some boo-boos I made, like there's a little table there which is too short, was meant to cover the radiator. Unfortunately, it's too short, so I may need to still change certain stuff. But I wanna buy something and then like give it back to somebody else. I think I will use it for 2 years and then I will decide what I actually need. Because I think when I was moving in, I don't know how I'm really using what I will need, and I already know that, for example, the sofa probably need to be changed for something like really comfortable, because I want to like feel like when I'm coming after work that I can just like stay in the sofa. When in previous house that would be bed I will stay on. Now I'm not doing that. It's just, I feel like I need to like lay down. This is more like just have some friends around. Well, I don't have that much often because of the parking where I know, obviously.
And do you think your home is well designed?
I think there miss opportunities. So for example, when we talk about the kitchen appliances, in between the two of the sides of the kitchen there's empty space. So there's like about 40 to 50 centimeters corner when there's nothing inside. So obviously, if I will design that, I will put something there. I find out as well there was no splashback. So when I move in, it was all organic paint. So I have to put a lot of stuff, obviously, here to protect it because it gets very bad. So I bought sticky tires. It's so hot in this house that everything comes out with the paint. So I have to repaint it with the different paint. I don't know myself. Which one is it's still organic, but it's the kitchen version, so you can kind of wipe it. But when I get the house, that should be different paint. It should be at least the bathroom paint or kitchen paint. Some of the stuff was touched, so there's some walls, half of the wall paint with the organic paint, half with the other paints, so as well the mixed painting. When it comes to design themselves, I feel like the actual positioning of all the little tags when you can plug the TV is on the wall on the left. However, you can't really put any sofa on the right because it's very, very small area. So you have to have like a single sofa, So I find out that that's a little bit difficult. They say that you should supposed to put over there in the corner there, but it wasn't just looking very nice. So I think if the actual kitchen will be designed a little bit different and maybe have some kind of extra storage unit on the top, or at least the splashback, that the kitchen will be like more really useful. When it comes to a bedroom, I think bedroom is a good size. However, you can't really choose where you want your bed to be. It has to be where it is because there's no space for like a bed table. That is obviously a little bit annoying. You would like to have this just to put something next to your bed. You have to have a very small bed. And I understand it's one bedroom, but nobody wants a really small bed. So I think it will be nice when there's something there. There's no lighting in the big wardrobe, which obviously it will be nice. There is some, and there's a big space there in the wardrobe. Obviously I changed that, but if you really want to put something there, the paint inside the wardrobe is organic as well. So if you want to put like a box or something like this, it will be scratched. When it comes to the doors, they're not the best quality. They get very easily scratched. When I already got them, they have a lot of like, especially the one on the front. You can see when somebody opening one door and opening the door from the storage unit, they're clashing as well. So I think there should be something to protect from clashing. There was certain stuff not done as well properly, so the light wasn't working, so I have to fix it. The flooring obviously is all wobbly, so it's not even stuck at the corner, so at the moment it literally needs to be all changed. What is a little bit headache because I'm already living here, so I have to change all the floor. The old tiling in the bathroom is all chopped, so basically they have a little like holes everywhere, and the one on the floor wasn't level up, so one whole tile have to be removed to put the new one. So at the moment it's okay, but it's still not very straight. Carpet wise, whoever's putting the carpet at the moment, when you try to hoover it coming off with like a hair from the carpet. So I think the quality of these little things could be a little bit better as well. When they were removing the foil from the windows, they scratch the windows from inside, so there are little like a dots in the middle of the windows. And you know, when you're buying something new, you will probably want something better. The balcony, I think, is brilliant. There is no glass, it's metal, that is all fine. With the ventilation, there was a couple of incidents when the actual thing from the ventilation fall off, but I fixed it. So I think it's a nice house. I think there was a little bit rushed inserting stuff. The lighting as well was just obviously a normal light without this all chandelier and stuff like that. I don't think the placing of the lighting is actually used in the correct places, because I'm not too sure what this lighting was meant to do over there, even if it's TV. So I think it could be in different places. But other than that, I'm quite happy. It's just the finishing touches could be done into better quality.
So clearly the flat was designed with a specific furniture layout in mind. Is flexibility something that's important to you?
Yes, because I'm getting bored very, very easily. So I try move sofa in different, I like to put it that way, it just wasn't really working very well. When I try to move on that wall, I will have to literally extend plasterboard to make this look some kind of, and make some kind of storage there. Anything you want to change in this house, you could possibly, but you have to ask for the permission. I wanted to install like a swing from the top of the ceiling, but obviously it's quite a big job, so they told me you possibly could do that, but you have to go 25 centimeters all the way to the actual concrete. So there's a lot of stuff you possibly could do, but for example, the fact that on this wall, when you're supposed to sit, you have a doll bed and as well the heating, it kind of take it away half of the stuff you can do. So I can't put the TV on it, I can't really block it. You can't really put anything in this corner over there because it's limited 180 centimeters. So flexibility is very important for me. Right now I'm not too sure if there's a wrong furniture I'm using, or it's just the flat is designed certain way that you have to stick whatever I was designed for.
Is there anything you can't do because you don't have the right amount of space?
Well, what I can't do, yes, it's definitely when it comes to like bathroom, because the actual glass is movable, it's really easily to actually like break at the glass, you know. So every time I'm going to the bath, I need to be very, very careful just to not break the glass. So on this case, this is obviously something new for me. There's no storage space there. So you have to have like some buckets or something like that. So if I want to put like any furniture in the bathroom, there's nowhere to put the furniture. When it comes to I can do most of the stuff. I think, oh yeah, there is one thing I can do. So there's mega sensitivity here when it's coming to cooking. So I cannot use, and please don't laugh at me, the air fryer. It's impossible because there's a heat alarm here. So if I use air fryer, the alarm goes on automatically, like 1 minute after. So I have to take the air fryer to the balcony to plug it over there. It's something I never done before. You can't use anything what generate any kind of heat. So even you need to be careful with the toaster to put on very limited, maybe like a 2 instead of 5 option. Anything else you could really do, yeah.
Okay. And what makes you feel safe at home?
I think the cameras are almost everywhere. There was an incident when some homeless people break to the building, and the fact that we have obviously FOBs everywhere is important as well. However, we have quite a lot of delivery thieves. So I never really order anything to this house. What is obviously a little bit concern for me because I want to have this option available. We have the Bright Box delivery box downstairs, but just the deliveries we were receiving, they were mixed. So I was getting deliveries for somebody else, so I don't trust this process right now. Other than that, I think the fact that you could really access from the high street and from the back as well, when it's obviously little and there's cameras everywhere, that makes you definitely safe. It will be nice to know your neighbor. I still feel like everybody here kind of like passing by, so I don't really know who lives here. We never really have any like meetings, and probably because the balconies, the communal balconies, they've been not open as yet because of the fire regulation. They're still not open, so we don't have like a local space to meet. So I think if you're not gonna meet somebody in the lift, you're not really meeting people. Yeah.
And is that something that's important to you or that you had in your past houses?
Yeah, I know everybody. There's two sides of it. One side of it, I don't really like to be bothered too much, but I like to know who is living in the building, who is there next door, because in case of emergency, I live on my own. What happens will happen to me. Like there's literally no reception if you don't have Wi-Fi here, and people even stuck in the lift, then they can't go anywhere. And there's some people from the street may want to come upstairs. You will know somebody is stranger. I think the feel of community is important. However, we have kind of two parts of this building. There's a part when you have council parts and private parts, and you can see that there are some troubles sometimes. So I think it will be nice that people just get together and have an opportunity to say what they think about the building, what they want to improve, and that will be like a little bit giving you this kind of security if you need some help, or even watering flowers. For me, I have to call a friend from another maybe 15 minutes away. He's living in Harrow, to come to water my plants, because obviously I don't know anybody here so I can trust, or I maybe can help them. So if I'm not here, everything will die, basically. So I think it would be nice to know your neighbors a little bit, yeah.
And if you had the opportunity to change any additional aspect, what would you change?
In the house?
Yeah.
Definitely I will install separate lift system, because if the fire alarm goes on, all lifts stop, what is obviously horrible for especially people with disability. When it comes to building new builds, I think aircon should be just bare minimum, because we're gonna get hotter. That is really bad. I will install a lighting on the balcony, because there's nothing right now, and it would be nice to have it one. I do not necessarily think that in the corridor, when we have emergency exit, the lighting should be there non-stop. I think it should be only when you walk in, because at the end of the day that's a big bill and there's nobody walking the staircase. I think it's a little bit waste of space. When it comes to building manager office, all the way in the basement, so you have basically no receptions over there. So we do everything through emails because we can't physically call anybody because there's no reception. So I think it would be nice that the office of that person is more accessible, maybe whereas the marketing suits as well. I will as well see if there is opportunity to make sure that the door on the back that non-stop close, because it stays open, and this is when we're talking about the security, it's not much secure when the door are open. So I think, and I will have concierge downstairs because of this deliveries. It literally, you know yourself, you can't get in. When you have no fob, you can't get in. Other than that, I think I will definitely put the wooden floor. I will not put whatever they used. Apparently meant to help noise going from one place to another, but the quality of the product is just not something you really can see. And I will not put wide doors because when you think about it, some people when they have kids or any other situations, these doors are getting dirty like in a minute. So if we're looking for something long term, I probably will change that. Anything else, I think I'm quite happy with.
Okay. And how do you feel your home impacts your health and well-being?
At the very beginning, it doesn't impact very good. To be honest to you, I even have to have a conversation with someone very close to me that I felt like a prison because I never been in the situation when I don't have a choice. If something didn't work, then I can just go to move somewhere else. I put myself into mortgage situation. I put myself in a situation when I can't go to work somewhere in another country. I can't just maybe if I don't like something to go somewhere else. So I find out this is it. I need to like really not think that this is going to be just like a half-year experiment. It's going to be something for long term. And at the very beginning, it was so much frustrating, especially with the building manager who wasn't responding to me. There's lots of issues over here. So I felt that I make a mistake at the very beginning. But then I start to feel that I have my independence, I'm doing quite well, I was managing as well to pay a little bit more for the mortgage, and when I spoke to the company they told me I will be able, if I continue like that, maybe done half of the way what I was meant to pay. So I think with the time I start to really like feeling the place being something what should help me in the long run. I must say that I exercise way more when I was back home. I think over here I still try to find my my space to relax. I feel like there's lots of time I'm not sitting properly just because I try to find out what's the best way to really feel comfortable in my home. I still need a little bit of more time, but with the balcony time I think is really helpful. So every time when I'm feeling a little bit down I'll go on the balcony and then I feel very good, especially that we're very high. So yeah, I think he's gonna get there. Yeah.
You mentioned that this flat is very different to the other homes you've lived in the past. What are some of the main differences of this flat?
So first of all, it's very isolated, so I can't hear it much what's happening outside. So before it was raining, pouring rain, I'll be scared. I will hear that. I will hear the noise of and the wind here. You can't hear that, yeah. Second thing, I do not live in the house with the lift before. That's the first time. So I used to have a staircase, maybe max 5th floor. So surprisingly, 14th floor is something new for me. As well, I think the mixture of people living here. I used to live with max of like 5 people and we were very close. And all was from the same kind of area, so most of them were English or Irish. When here you have all mixed of people and everybody is obviously different. I think as well the fact that I have no parking space. In the previous place we have an outside parking space, and if someone even was dropping something like takeaway, you can actually get it easily. Here I never tried takeaway because I know with the delivery how much hassle was it, so yeah, I don't think they will be able even to call me. When it comes to outdoor space, I used to have strawberries. Unfortunately, when I get here, all of them die just because it was only a little sun. So I think as well my hobbies change, because I used to done quite a lot of growing stuff outside, but yeah, I have to like change. I still love flowers, but they're not surviving here for too long because of the heat. So I have to change from flowers where you can maintain to something where it's like low maintenance. So I change everything outside of the balcony for a little yeah, low maintenance flowers at the moment. But you know, I think longer I live here, more I'm gonna know about this place, and I'm gonna be able to do other stuff, because I felt so excited that I have to buy new furniture. I need to put the frames on, and I think now I'm in the moment that what else I'm gonna buy, that I'm gonna start doing other stuff. But I'm a little bit worried because I like this excitement of change. I like to change something. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I need to take somebody else's project and renovate their house. I still would like to put maybe wallpaper, but it was advised not to do it in first year, for in case there's any cracks or any movement. So as well, I'm waiting for people to change this stuff for me, like flooring or even door need to be repaired. So if that's gonna obviously change, then I will feel better. And as well, to be honest to you, compared to previous location, they were very hot, and in winter was very cold. I think this is the first time I'm not gonna use any heating at all, because it's just not gonna be any point to using it. Yeah.
Okay. And in your previous homes, did you have open plan layout?
Depends where I was living, but when I was living on my own, if we consider only that one, it was very much cozy layout. So it was everything very small, compactable, more than open layout. I do sometimes like to cook fish. It could be an issue, but I think we have quite good ventilation here, so I'm still cooking fish. Previous location I couldn't do it because it was so compacted. If you cook anything, all your clothes will just smell very much. So yeah, no, it wasn't open like that. In my home, back home, yes, I have a very similar layout, a little bit shorter, and both of the spaces have a window. And here is only one side window, so this is something new for me. I never really live with this side of the view. I always live with more of that sun going down. That was where I was waking up. When now, when the sun goes up, I'm waking up. So completely opposite. So I'm still trying to get used to.
Okay. What is something unique about your home?
I think the balcony is huge. The view, you can see London Eye and Shard. So lots of people who come here, they're really, really happy of it. I think for the London store, the footprint is 56 kind of meters. I think that's quite long as well. I think as well the fact that you have a storage is very, very, very important. And obviously this previously was electric house location, so basically the change all the when you think about Brent before, there was mainly Indian community. Now we have these new builds at the back. Now there's 2 new buildings coming here as well. I think when you're around, you're seeing there's a lot of different people, young people, a lot of people as well who are just in the like a beginning of the family life. So I think when I moved here, I realized that I can actually change a lot, and I can say a lot. Even the fact that I have a conversation with people at the very beginning who was living here, that we were not happy of certain stuff. The person who is looking after the building manager changed. So I think for me is a very unique that is a new build. Yes, there's a lot of people here who maybe live first time alone, but I think it's this way of improving. Everybody want to change something, and I think because everybody is so open, it is good place to live in. I don't think people are really savage. I do not hear anybody like shouting on the balcony or doing anything very bad. I think everybody is kind of respectful to anybody else, which is nice. I done one evening when I have a little bit more music. But again, it was very much respectful, and I think this is very nice. This is definitely unique because when I work in different places, sometimes you can see when there's a lot of people, different mixture of people, there could be a lot of disrespect, problems. You know, like I never met anybody in the lift who was not nice. They may just not talk to you, but maybe the shy they just don't want your business to be known. But I think everybody was quite nice. So I think this is very much unique. And obviously the accessibility of the shops, I think is great to have shop underneath, and hopefully in the future they're gonna change the front and there's gonna be some coffee place there. It's going to be gym, but unfortunately the walls are not strong enough to support the gym. That's fine, gym is just around the corner, I just didn't make it yet.
And do you feel your home is affordable?
For two people, yes. For one person, I will consider that as average good salary. If I will be in just a normal salary, I will consider that as probably quite expensive. However, if you meant to rent the same property, you will have to pay more than everything you pay with the mortgage and the bills. So I think really when considered as a person who have only option to rent or to buy, I think the buy is better option. However, I only have my deal for 2 years with the mortgage, so the price of this property will show in the years to come, because everything is going to be more expensive every year. Consider as well a raise of the service charge and everything else. Mortgage as well will change from 5.3% for me to 3.5% above the obviously Bank of England, which is probably double what is a lot of money. I did have extra savings in mind, but that may obviously change my situation, my work may change, so everything is fine once you secure, but if your situation change, it could be kind of expensive one, yeah.
And what do you define as a decent home standard?
I think when at least for 2 years you do not have to touch anything. I think when you move to a property, it's like, you know, when you get a new car, you have like a warranty of nothing should fall down. So I think when you get into a house, it should be exactly the same thing. The quality of the flooring for me is important. It should be not wearable. When it comes to any finishes, touches, what should be with you for many years, I think it should be done to the certain standards. When it comes to anything to do with like ventilation or anything what to really make you comfortable at home, I think that should be obviously very made well. I think when it comes to anything with the accessibility, so I think there should be some backup plan for in case something doesn't work. It should be fixable very easily. So I think if you're living in a house when you really need to chasing the maintenance all the time, instead of you feeling comfortable with your house, you getting stressed for over stuff you can't control yourself, because it's not like your own home. You still need to have somebody approving you to do certain stuff. So you can't just go and fix, for example, your boiler. You can't just do certain stuff. You can't even go and check your electric measurement. You need to go ask somebody to check it for you. So I think the maintenance is very important, that you get in the response as soon as possible. And so that's really what I think.
Okay. And has the last 4 days changed how you view your home or your routine?
Yeah, I find out that I'm not a very interesting person. I figured out that I spent a lot of time around the table in the kitchen. Most of the stuff I do is either around the table or in the sofa or in the bed. So it's like really triangle. And then as well, I was a little bit embarrassed how many times I'm going to the fridge, and I only open the fridge and there's nothing there. So I think I'm more aware that probably I was considering myself as quite active person, and I realized that most of the stuff I do is cleaning or cooking or staying on the sofa or looking after the flowers. So there was nothing else going on over there. So I think I I don't really much spend time at home as much as other people. Will be nice to maybe find some other hobby than watching TV, because I find myself a little bit boring after this exercise.
Okay, so those are all the questions. Is there anything else you would like to add about your home?
I believe that this place could be a very nice place to live, but probably need to pass the warranty. So it's a lot of problems that maybe not the housing association and building manager are able to control until the warranty pass. I think the place can be a really nice place when we open all the balconies, and everything is going to be just fixed easily, because even we have leaking downstairs and it takes months to be fixed, and it's obviously waste of water and other resources. I really believe that I will be happy here. I just need to find the right furniture, what I'm still looking for, and I need to make sure that I have feelings of belongings, because there was still problems with these deliveries and problem with the maintenance, and it was more chasing the answer than really comfortably living here. Even now there was this problem with the water, you really want to just come back home and see how it is. But I believe it's going to go through the winter, it's going to be nice, cozy, not too hot, I can put nice Christmas tree, so I believe this all vibe will come, just need a little bit of time.